Recently, I have been spending a lot more time talking about the things that I have added to my life since I had my weight loss surgery, VSG, back in August of 2022. Naturally, that brought up a lot of questions about what can't I eat anymore? So in this video, I will be sharing the foods that I can no longer eat after weight loss surgery. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sara and I have been sharing my weight loss journey here on YouTube since April of 2020. That journey does include a weight loss surgical procedure called VSG, which I had in August of 2022. Throughout my journey, I have had a total weight loss of over 120 pounds, and I'm continuing to share tips, tricks, strategies, all the things that I've learned on my weight loss journey with you. I really appreciate you for following along with my journey, and if you're new here, I would definitely love it if you went ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. It helps a lot and doesn't cost you anything, and I just really appreciate it. Now that I am about 18 months post-op, I have learned a thing or two about eating with a considerably tinier tummy. Overeating or eating foods that don't sit well can lead to a lot of discomfort, and in the worst case scenario, it can lead to actually physically getting sick or throwing up. And throwing up for a bariatric patient is a lot different than what it was before I had this surgical procedure. Now I would call it more or less regurgitation. It's disgusting, it's awful. I've talked about this before. It is not pleasant. So it's important to me that I avoid the foods that trigger that overfullness that could potentially make me sick. And really, there are only a few foods that I actually personally avoid so that I don't get sick or throw up. So I'm going to share those here with you today. The first one is rice, and it doesn't matter if it is white rice, brown rice, long grain rice, short grain rice. I cannot eat very much rice at all. I think I kind of max out on rice at about 1/4 cup. The next one is pasta. In my house, we are really big fans of Italian dishes, spaghetti and meatballs, chicken parmesan, things like that. We love those big, heavy Italian dishes. For me, I have had to really adapt because the pasta just does not sit. It feels like a literal brick in my stomach, whether it's a very teeny tiny amount, and I'm talking like 3 noodles tops, or trying to eat like a plate of spaghetti. It does not end well for me ever. So I finally decided that it was in my best interest to just give up pasta. I still get to enjoy my Italian food, don't get me wrong. Actually, one of my favorite things to eat is a just small bowl of cottage cheese topped with some tomato sauce, and then my homemade meatballs that I'm kind of like known for. They're really good. That's one of my favorite dishes. Sprinkle a little Parmesan on there, and it's just loaded with protein. Otherwise, if I make something like chicken parm, I'll just have the chicken parm piece and then like a little side salad. Overall, I wouldn't really say I miss the pasta all that much. I definitely miss it when I have spaghetti and meatballs, but besides that, it doesn't really bother me that I can't eat pasta any longer. Similar to the pasta, I really avoid most bread as often as I can. 1 or 2 bites of like really thick, fluffy bread, like a garlic bread or like a sub sandwich roll, just makes me feel full way too fast. I'm talking seriously, not even being dramatic, like 1 or 2 bites. The big problem with that is because it's not really filling me. Once that bread kind of processes and digests, I tend to get hungry shortly thereafter, and that's just not a great experience for me. There is one white bread that I can handle, and that is Sara Lee Delightful. I can usually have 1 slice of that, and it does not bother me, and that's fine. It works. I'll use that for things like tuna sandwiches, ham sandwiches, things like that, where I don't necessarily like need a ton of bread. The last food I'll mention for this video is raw vegetables. One of my favorite snacks while I was trying to lose weight before I had weight loss surgery was raw broccoli, just like dipped in ranch or Caesar dressing. I used to love that, and unfortunately, I cannot eat that anymore. The raw vegetables just do not sit right with me. It's usually like the harder vegetables, so broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, those kind of like, I'm referring to them as harder vegetables, but those ones just, it does not feel good digesting. It's almost like I can feel it digesting. It's a really weird feeling. So when I'm having raw vegetables, I stick to ones that are softer, things like lettuce, and lettuce has not really bothered me. I know it does bother a lot of people, but it has not bothered me ever. Zucchini, cucumbers, things like that, where there's like a higher water content as opposed to it being like super crunchy. Interestingly enough, I have not come across any fruits that I cannot tolerate. That being said, I also have kind of like a natural aversion to a lot of fruit, so I don't eat very much of it, but when I do, I can have things like apples and bananas. I have not experimented much outside of that, so I have not found any fruits that I cannot tolerate, just those handful of raw vegetables. So there you have it. That is my list of foods I can no longer eat having weight loss surgery, and it's not so much that I can't eat them, I choose to, because in my experience they don't sit well with me, and I would rather avoid getting sick if I can help it. Plus, even just being generally uncomfortable is not a pleasant experience. Reminder that every bariatric journey is completely different. If any of the things that I mentioned are just fine for you, go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know. I'm always interested to hear other bariatric patient experiences. Like, can you eat raw broccoli? I want to know, because I really do. That's like one thing I really do miss eating. At the end of the day, if what you can eat is different from what I can eat, that's totally okay. I appreciate you so much for watching. On your way down to the comment section, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment with a broccoli emoji if you made it this far in the video. And I just want to say one more time, thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. And if you haven't, please come on, follow along the journey. I would love to have you along for the ride with me. It's only getting better and better as it goes, and I want to share that experience with you. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!